How you all doing? If you like some heavy news or s- heavily sad news, I'm considering of on quitting the streaming. No differential in, well, guess. Try to guess. There hasn't been any growth in the YouTube subscribers or anything. So yeah. There's no point in me continuing since there hasn't been any growth at all. But I'm considering to make this my my own last little piece of my streaming and all, and my content creation. Mostly due to the fact there hasn't been any growth, no matter what. A reason why I'm been mumbling a bit in this stream as well is because I removed the second wisdom tooth and it hurts like hell. Taste taste of tin and blood in my mouth. It's a real pain. But I'm gonna be heading up here, look for the new location. And if there is some of you that will be missing my streams and all, I'm terribly sorry. If this is the last stream I ever will do, then I really am sorry if you like my content. But due to the fact that the lack of everything like subscriber growth and all, well, due to that fact, there is actually no point of me continuing the streaming or content creation. And it actually pains me so much since I like to do content creation, entertaining others, keeping everything at bay, giving random shades of humor, and due to the fact I haven't been growing at all over a quite some time at the rate between 2 to 3 years, been in a constant loop and unable to grow up in numbers has been tearing me down, slowly but surely. And it can't be like this. And in an overall view, I have so many videos, almost 500 videos that is marked as a video, and the rest is something else. Thank you, mate. Appreciate. But being in a constant loop of struggle, I'm gonna be honest and tell how it feels. It's feels like your heart is literally being ripped out of your chest from A to B. It hurts so much not being able to grow in the channel and you're trying to sell in to become a base streamer on YouTube or Twitch or both platforms. And the worst part is the part I mean is that it deteriorating my will of being able to content creation, being able to showcase early game development like the one that's coming out now in June, like the what's called again the Going Medieval. I quite fond of the game and actually took the time to ask for a key for the game to showcase and help on the with the developers to showcase their game before launch and make more buyers appear. But without being high up in the numbers, that point is quite impossible to manage to reach. And I really like to help out the devs, especially with translations. I helped once out with a developer team to translate. I appreciate it, Matt. Appreciate the support and love. Even though I have been struggling for quite the time between 3 years approximately to make it more like a rounded number and no differential. Well, it's just painful. So I honestly am considering this to be the last stream, but it depends on viewers, the likes, everything based on that. So it mostly just depends on you who are the viewers, the fan base, and etc. And this stream I will be a lot quieter, more silent due to the removal of the tooth. That is true. It's a tough market, innovative, but finding the point where I stick out is like finding the needle in the haystack for the most time. And for me, who has actually tried finding that point, it's been rough. Haven't even been able to find once what I'm looking for. And it honestly stings me and my heart. And I've been trying my best, my hardest. Keeping the grind up is not possible. With the lack of viewers, the view base, the fan base, everything of that, and the lack of likes to help on further on with yeah everything of the channel itself. It's been a real struggle, a pain, and a hard maintenance to actually deal with. And it shouldn't be like this hard because most of the streamers has it real easy because they have a more creativity, a better fan base to start off with. When I just jumped straight to the streaming part itself, and that actually was a mistake on my part to go straight to streaming due to the fact mainly because streaming isn't that popular among freshmen. And most of the people that start straight on streaming like I did, well, some of them made it through. I wasn't that lucky. I actually got the struggle of the loop itself. As you clearly can tell, because, yeah, the mood has dropped, my luck has dropped, everything about my personal life actually changed because it didn't became into any growth of some kinds for the channel itself. It's actually tore on me and made it like a literal stingray piercing through my bones. Thank you, Siggy. Appreciate the love and support. But I also took the free time and effort to actually go through all my own videos just to check out how the view base was holding up as an average base, and it looked so critically harsh. Harsher than anyone can believe it could be. It was that critical that it actually pained me. And it's not right that it should be like this. Nobody should be struggling throughout their will and wants and the lust for entertaining others like I have. I've been trying hard, and with hard I mean straight out hardcore. And I'm starting to wonder sometimes, does people want to see me stream? Does people want to actually see my content? Does anyone actually want to help me out? But those who actually stand up most for me and my channel has been my closest friend, my old schoolmates, who have given me still the love and support that many should have given for a long time ago, and also the forgotten part of trust and respect. Should it be like this? The answer is no, it should never be like this in an ending. Mainly because it can hurt people's feeling, it can destroy somebody's mental state. And I'm gonna be honest and say this straight out here and now. I almost drove myself to insanity trying to maintain the channel by daily streams. And did it work? Not at all. It actually bit my ass and just said, get over it, this is your life. And just became harsher and more harsh than you ever can believe it can be. And the annoying part is the loop I went through for 2 years straight. And the channel had a growing period of almost a full year and just brutally stops around 268 subscribers. Nothing more. It kept increasing back to that point and decreasing from that point at a rapid rate. Never went to 269 subscribers. And that is actually more infuriating than anything I've seen in my whole life. And due to that loop itself, I found out more and more about the YouTube and the algorithm. And the algorithm is more based on the likes the viewers gives the streamer, the video creator, and etc. The opportunity to gain more followers and so on and so on. Because the more likes, the more rapid your algorithm will grow and gain new followers. For example, let us say it's about a game development. The first thing that comes to mind is the devs, especially the solo developers. I feel a straight up pity for them to say it out. I can't believe how it will feels or how it will feel for me to have been a solo developer and developing a pretty good game and nobody liked it, nobody even bothered touching the game. Think about it yourself. If you were that person that quite literally made the game and nobody even bothered trying it out, even though it was a free to play game. I will stay strong, man. To, to put it like this, a blackboard is more copycat of Jacksepticeye or whiteboard in that preference. But I have a nail stick like uh, I have a board, a old school board that I can pin on notes of ideas, but I was actually saving it for fan mail and search for the future on. But it doesn't seem like that point is coming anytime soon. And my time on YouTube has been a lifetime of 5 whole years, almost, and no differential. Think about it yourself as the viewer. Imagine yourself in the same pinch. Would you have done something about it? Or tried to gain and gain and gain the most you could? Or would you just keep on trying? Or would you actually give up yourself at some point, like I did? Cause tearing myself to insanity at a rapid rate made me realize so fast that what I was doing was pure insanity and was wrong to do for myself. Trying to entertain others at a high rate, trying to keep up and manage everything in solo. The reason why the high end YouTubers actually have their editor or video, yeah, creator for them, preparing, posting for them, is the reason why, because they won't have that time to deal with the struggle of editing, come up with new ideas, because they have somebody that is more creative than themselves at that point, that freely asked them to help them out, like I do with the developers and helping them out, trying to get more games into Norwegian language as well in translation on plain text. But it seems that I never will reach that point for a long time. So, yeah, there isn't much you can do about it as well when they are in the same pinch as me. It's either continue and struggle longer or just give up I am at a breaking point on the ice where I'm about to give up the whole YouTube channel and just remove everything, leaving no trace. That is how down torn I really am. And even giving myself no mercy, creating the contents like now, I actually am pushing myself to do this because I have a insane pain in my mouth, a phantom pain if you would. And dealing with pain is harder than you think. It's an ability to learn from scratch and all that. But it's not the easiest thing to learn either. And the reason why I say this is that for those who come after me and are thinking about starting to just straight out to be a streamer, doesn't have to deal with the same pain I went through. It shouldn't be fair to be done this. It isn't fair for others that this happens. Mainly because being a content creator is quite painful when you think about it on every single step every single content creator do to actually have their fan base maintained and make them happy, make them want to watch and continue being their followers or subscribers. It's a real nightmare if you ask me. But since I settled for it and chose it myself, I went through hell and back in mental states. And I literally mean this shit. If anybody knows this the best, then I'm one of those guys or girls. And keep on doing it like this with low base of context to speak of, changing subject a lot. That sounds a lot like me at a regular basis. But why, I wonder, is it like this? Is it because I literally chose this path by myself, own conscious? Or did I choose this because I wanted to actually give something for others and expect something to happen? See how far it went. And I believe people may be right when they have been telling me my channel is dying and I have been neglecting the facts for a long time just to keep the fan base and the viewer base entertaining and make content for them they can replay and watch multiple times and get ideas from it as well. It's like if I do like this, turn off the lights and go straight in the middle of the forest, it will become pitch black. And believe it or not, and being through that darkness is like trying to find the light switch that isn't there, or finding something that you're searching for your whole life and never find it and never find out what you're gonna do with your own life. That's how harsh this has been the 3 last years. But then I ask the viewers themselves, is it fair that a streamer or a content creator should deal with this struggle? And the answer is straight out no. A streamer shouldn't deal with this. It should be a little bit easier. People shouldn't be too picky. Yeah, you get what I'm meaning. People mostly are way too picky at their average base. and doesn't show a lot of respect for others sometimes. And that is something that pisses me off. Um, I've been thinking about also editing as well, but messing around with editing softwares, trying to find the right one, is like finding, yeah, like finding a girl for your life, the- or of your dreams. That's how hard it actually is to do this content creation, finding the right editing methods, the ideas, coming up with new content ideas without copycatting somebody else. It's like going through the whole darkest pits of hell itself. And the fact that I have been looking up to a couple of streamers and content creators as mentors and idols to be looking up to, I've gained the motivation, the strength to quite literally just push on and keep on trying and trying and trying. But it's true what Loki says. If you're a creative person, try it out for yourself and heed my words. Be careful about the verbal expression as well. Some words are not to be spoken of. The N word, the C word, anything related to harsh and negative things should be crossed off your verbal list. Your vocabulary should limit to more like plain out, tame words like, for example, when I'm expressing something or getting scared, I am allowed to use the word hell or shit a lot, but in a certain number of usage, it will provoke the AIs of the YouTube algorithm scanning and and yeah, you get a point. But to settle the mind in, you need a lot of preparation for your mental state to actually grow a steady foot into the ground before you actually start on doing it. Before you do start the task. Instead of doing like me and put one foot into the grave, you should do it like starting off with video creating. In the early phase of a channel being created and being alive, you are allowed to copycat some ideas from other YouTubers that are higher up. They won't mind. But if you do it throughout your whole YouTube channel and upload base, then people will start to mind and get nosy and yeah, try to get in contact with you and try quite out to try to call you out and say, hey, you have copycatted my content for long enough. And I haven't even reached that point yet, and am not using that method as well. So I'm trying to keep myself on my own personal boost, my own personal preference. But streamers hasn't been treated fair enough with, and this counts for every single streamers. We need to stake more out. We can't just start uploading just video content that is edited. We need to stake to streaming, no matter the cause. Start with streaming, you need to end it with a stream. Can't plug in a single edited video at that point. Then you're just ruining your own channel, your own sub base, your own algorithm. You're ruining the whole package. And this is true. Many people has done it, and a few has managed to back themselves up. Yeah, but only thing about it, Ziggy, the downside about it, you need to have a minimum average base of viewers at over so long period of time. And I'm trying to stick with YouTube and then going over to Twitch and jumping between them sometimes. That was my rhythm. But yeah, the patience of the streamer himself or herself is the most important part of the streaming points. And the second important point is minimalize your swearing words. Third point, keep a concrete context. It doesn't even have to be game related. You can even take up some random topic. Like for example, about a movie. Let us say Harry Potter or Sinister. No matter the content you're talking about, as long as you keep the viewers in an interactive loop, you are the one that actually keep them entertained if they keep on chatting. Like my friends and schoolmates actually are doing right now, trying to keep me motivated, and I really appreciate it. And that is what I like about my friends. They have respect to show to others. Most viewers do not have it. I've come across a couple of haters as well. I just gave them the finger, not literally. If I did, I would have been flicking off the whole view base. But if I accidentally did it to that person, that hater, I would then after said, I don't mean all of you, I just mean the hater. To concrete and secure out who I'm pointing out. And they will know who I'm pointing to. The one that gives the negative feeds. The one that doesn't even give respect. The one who literally are stepping on your base, on your ground. Is that fair to be treated like that? The answer is no. And what is the human rights of rules? Everybody should be treated equal. That is the main part of the world society right now. And how many people is been bullied at school, has been bullied like I was when I went to school. And those who were there to step in for me most of the time was my friends, my family, and the elders, as were the teachers or the principal themselves, or the free time a parent of one of my friends could randomly step up and help out with the cause. And that is basically what's happening on YouTube. Everybody has not been treated right. People has been treated mostly as garbage for the freshmen on YouTube streaming or YouTube content creation and uploading. And why even bite in that sour apple and tear their hearts out with negativity, destroy their mental capacity? Because this is a 75% chance of being the last thing I even add to the collection on my channel before deleting it in 1 year after, removing my whole channel from existence like it never was there as it was in the first place. But when I started doing streaming, I gained a rapid rate of growth until I hit a certain point and had to actually announce multiple areas that I went live, that I gave in, and I have been giving my all, giving my best. I've been stepping up more than anyone can believe. Only one who can actually think about how hard I've actually been working on this is those who has tried to motivate me to not quit YouTube. And even the odds are greater than the other. And for the time being, even developers are looking at me like garbage. It's not fair to be treated like literal garbage. I can feel it in my throat. It's trying to get out in aggressive and heavy and sour tones. I have that big boulder stuck in my throat right now, combined with the taste of tin and copper due to the blood from the big crater after the wisdom tooth was removed. And this is the last tooth I actually need to be ripping out of my own mouth. And everything I've done is to sum it up is for the entertainment part of YouTube. But I've seen streamers almost quit. I've seen streamers quit. I've seen content creator quit. Regular YouTube uploaders quit. And I personally helped an American fellow streamer on Last Day on Earth gaming to stay on his feet and not quit YouTube. I was there for him. He has given me respect and I given him respect. So both me and him is been equal treated by each other. That is how the society now wants to have it. But does it get it? Not really. And yes, I might be sounding a little bit like something Markiplier could just ramble out right now, or Jacksepticeye, or 8-Bit Ryan, all those high-end YouTubers. They exist out there to help out some others, like Jacksepticeye and his meme time that is now Laugh. Literally just named Laugh. And is, he, or I should say, those I just mentioned are just three of those I have been looking up to as mentors and idols. The other one is Sir Shade, the real Sir Shade from Last on Earth gaming category. And I appreciate him for actually joining in at Sector 7 at when that became a thing, when it first launched. A week after it was added to the Last on Earth game, I asked if Shade would like to join in on the stream and do a tiny collaborative streaming where I and him met in the sector, and we did. I was surprised and happy that he actually chose to say yes. And it seems that I have arrived at one of the newer locations, but this is a tinier version of it. But now I ask you guys, before I go mute for a while and rest up my mouth, what would you do in this situation? Would you rather quit doing content creation, or would you continue trying to entertain the fan base that never steps up for you almost, and just have a few viewers that basically are your own friends or family, or somebody you know, or somebody you just randomly met on the street? Think about it yourself. What would it mean to you if you were in the same sticky situation? And I'm going mute for a while now. As forgot to literally mention Dom and his random clear. He started doing that stuff to give the viewers a tiny spook or scare, so they have something to go on. I've been trying the same thing, and what did I do? I miserably failed. Yeah, what Audie Loki says is quite true. You need to have it. And the main thing that everybody has forgotten about is the fact that a human being does not need much to keep on going. It's the tiniest of requirements being asked for and never gets gained makes the mind go. Yeah, if we should put it straight out in strong words, if we just put the person into hell. Not even joking. The tiniest of things can change someone's life forever. And I've been trying to do YouTube streaming, Twitch streaming, for almost 5 years in total. But not being able to gain any more viewers, it's stuck on a solid number, means something else. It means that your channel, or my channel right now, it is just about now, is quite honestly being slaughtered by the lack of visitors, viewers, and etc. But then again, what is your answer for this? If you was the same situation as this, I already know the answers. Try to guess it yourself. I'm going mute for a bit, resting up my sore mouth, ready to rinse out the blood taste. Probably be back with an audio microphone for like in about 25 minutes. Yeah, that is true. But that is the main focus you have early on. And that is the biggest mistakes you focus on. Focus on your ideas. Focus to collect your mind. Creative collection. Even ask for help from others to share out your name. Make it grow in real life by spreading the words. By people. Is also a thing to do. But the reason why I started in the first place with streaming is to keep the viewers entertained, give them something new, something fresh off the bat. But it's not possible with a low sub base, low YouTube algorithm, low like rate. The likes are dependent or are the most important things you can give a streamer, a YouTube creator to reach out. There are peoples out there that surprisingly watch a 16-hour long stream if they have to. And I find that surprisingly awesome. Because that is something people should do more often. Because that will mean they actually like the streamer or the content creator. For example, a content creator uploading what's it called again? A unedited clip on 16 hours. People still will watch it depending on their view base. and their likes as well, and what it contains at a regular basis from that streamer or content creator in basis. That is the main clue. It's not just about like, for example, let's say a magazine of a Glock has a standard on 13 rounds, and if those 13 rounds were duds, what's the point of having them loaded into the gun? That is how YouTube actually works. It is like a massive gun. And I'm doing the long streams for those who want to have like multiple sets combined instead of having like tinier, because I've noticed a lot of people has requested, even myself has requested for content creators on YouTube and requested higher timed videos, and I've seen a few and very few of them actually requesting a 20-hour stream with breaks allowed. And be able to do that takes a lot of precious time of your life, a lot of planning out in the predetermined phase. Yeah, I've been trying that. That was the first thing I actually tried. Goals. It seemed that Streamlabs is now a pay to gain. Those those useful things you need to pay to be able to use every single plug-in codes for OBS Studio from Streamlabs. But thanks to that, it has become a living fucking nightmare to deal with streaming, content creation in general now. It's been harder thanks to streamers are struggling. Less content are being stood out because, as they say in the chat right now, it is based on the extra little things like a webcam, for example. But mainly the critical points are a gun with a suppressor is quiet, but people can still hear it. But if that suppressor is broken or melted down, the gun explodes. Which side of that barrel would you be if it was a melted barrel and the gunman didn't know? It's the same kind of question type. Some people actually depends with their lives on this, just staying alive on YouTube, living off YouTube. And that is a massive thing to accomplish. And believe it or not, many people has managed to pay off their own bills, power bills and such, with help by their own viewer and fan base, because they stood hard and gained fast. But people does not realize the respect they need to be able to continue is extremely demanding. That is what people actually overlook as the viewer themselves. And I can say this because I've met those points, so many times. It is not even funny. But I ask you again, what is the fun of being a content creator if you can't manage to grow the follower base and keep on coming up with your own motivative ideas instead of stealing from others. You need to have a clear mind. But to be able to gain the followers, you need to be creative. Come up with something new, something that nobody else has come up with. For example, text, con- like context of just speech. Chatting with the viewers in a stream, like a Q&A, like I did earlier. But the point I'm trying to get, why should people go through this hell when they can do it a lot better if they just try hard enough? But like what I have done, I've tried too hard. And those who actually have met insanity as well, I feel sorry for them. And the fact that people literally comes up and just claims your videos for no reasons, that is just bullshit. And you get demonetized by it as well. Trust me, I know people does that just to have their own satisfaction. Yeah, does need to be successful, as my buddy says. He is quite right about it, but the vital points are still missing. And that is what he just explained. That is the whole thing I've been talking about up to now. Trying to prepare the mental capability of actually showing off what you can do with your own life. If you just set the target high enough and make it the main priority, you can. If you haven't tried hard enough, you will never reach your own goals. But if you try way too hard, you may overstep that goal and just face plant on the ground brutally. And that is something you do not want to do. Heed my words now. To make a successful point of your life, keep trying, but don't overstep it. Try it at your own regular pace, like like pacing it in a regular style, not overshooting it like I have done my whole YouTube time or content creation time. And for me, that actually says, "Hey, I'm here. I'm from Norway. If you need any translation from English to Norwegian, I'm here to assist. You have my word. Just ask and I will help." But only one that actually has responded to me in a positive manner is JT Music. Yeah, you heard right. JT Music replied an email from me. I asked if I could use their music in my stream. I got a positive, but it was a highly confusing context I got replied of. So I asked again, and I was left in the dark. But I'm really happy about that they actually took the effort to actually give a positive answer for, for once. Who actually does it right for once with others lower grounded people like bottom feeders like me compared to them. If you see where I'm hinting on this one, you know I'm right. Even my buddy, Oli Loki, is escalated in an insane rate. And I'm actually happy for him that he actually managed to grow so fast and so high in the numbers. Because he's an animator. And I also have given him a lot of shoutouts for my of my own free will as a thanks for him being there and been helping me out for most of my life, basically, for being there for me when I need him. And the same with my older buddies. I give them the respect that they require to keep on going with their own life instead of just turning their backs to me for not getting any respect. What is life with no respect? Let me tell you what it is. It's the bloody hell. That is pure facts. Nobody can neglect it as well. Ask those who almost went insane like I did. They would say the same shit. It was like going through hell and back. Because they tormented themselves to insanity. And I'm getting pretty sore in my throat as well due to the metal iron fibers in the blood and the copper taste that is staining my mouth with a hint of tin. And I'm doing this just to give some content. That is how hard a streamer has it. Mostly. Just keep it in mind when you meet on other streamers. Because you will remember this like they do with Fluffy. For example, I hear a bell. Life story he told about the yeah, just say it out straight. About the bitch that literally came up and just disrespected the shit out of him. So take my words literally. Do not waste them. Because that will mean you are wasting respect and just treading and stomping on other people if you do not show some respect for them, especially if they are better than you and you're jealous. Do not just splurt out a lot of negativity. Be neutral or positive. If you can't do those two, then you just shut the fuck up. That is my words. Even I have told a hater to just shut his mouth in front of many people and just said, hey, this is a hater. And the first one I actually stumbled upon, that was my first hater in the chat. I said, if you just don't shut the fuck up, I'm literally gonna just ban you straight out. You're not welcome if you're just gonna give disrespect, not showing respect to people in the chat or me. And he wrote to me even after the stream was ended. And still was, yeah, foul mouthed. Like, foul mouth. You know the term. Toxic ass is not something somebody want to have around their head. Especially if they are trying to focus, stay sharp at some point. And hey, here comes in a distraction of an hater, of a bloody hater. People has been driven to insanity by haters, by creating content, because they overpush themselves like I almost have done the whole period when I have done almost daily streams. The reason why I repeat this is is to the fact that it should be burnt into your brain as literal facts and points. And read what my buddy says. My buddies are quite right about this because they have knowledge about it. Or most of them do. Wait, what? What the hell are these? Oh. But if you see what I'm trying to get you at, please take my word into good use, or else there has happened. Literally does not have any point of me saying this from the start off, and I'm beginning to stumble in my own words here, because I'm have shown myself no mercy to keep this feed going. I tried to be successful, didn't work out, so I'm really trying my hardest to stay on and trying to stay on. Wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Scum. Let me see. I'm just gonna spawn in the holsters just to show them off. Tactical. That is that one, yeah. That is true. But I've been most of my whole life literally a optimist for the most time, and my mind just now is just saying this is not even worth it. It's not worth the struggle. And this is the harshest thought that some at any point gonna have, and that is to the lack of respect from others. Have been trying to see the positivity in everything. But is that possible when you get rage haters, people that just disrespect others, those who literally does not care about you, those who just comes there just to hate? What is the point? If that is the only thing you're gonna get at some point in your chat, your comments, you are trying to ignore it at your hardest. And trust me, trying at your hardest is not fun. Let's see. Oh, fuck off, Siri. Well, Siri just decided to fucking activate at random. Need a light source here. Sorry for the flashing. I'm gonna be clever here, moving this one out. Taking this one off. Here's a different hostess. Stay down, boy. Let me just see here how this one looks. It's not that easy, apparently. That looks pretty normal. Let's see you too, mate. Thank you everybody for stopping by actually. I really appreciate it as well. For all the love and support my friends actually have given me. I really appreciate all the help and support they actually have given me throughout this time. I'm happy I actually have them as my friends. And believe me when I say this, I actually am happy for having Audi Loki, Siggy, John Henry, Mats, Nico, every those who have stepped in for me mostly. I'm actually happy that have been here for me and helping me out as much as they can. The reason why I'm spawning in is because I'm too tired to deal with this shit of building. I'm not in the mood of building things. I'm literally at that point where I feel like literal garbage for the most time. And believe it or not, being at that point sucks. But giving up is something I didn't think about doing before my mind went automatic on it. When I say automatic, I mean autopilot. And with autopilot, I mean it just came to the mind out of the blue. But keep this in the thought until the next time you meet a streamer. Now I just gotta rest my mouth. Where is that? Well, then I'm becoming a mute for the moment. To say it easy as possible, my love life is like my channel. Straight up gone and dead. Like a, like my channel has been for the most of the time. Dead silent on the rate of growth. So that is the only thing I actually can compare it with. So yeah. But there is a positive side of that side on that part of my life. In my love life, there is a possibility of me being luckier than with my channel. But one thing that I will never get out of my mind that is integrated into the brain itself. And I will never forget these words. I was told I had an insane bad omen of luck. And I cannot deny or confirm it because you can't see bad omen of aura or bad omen of luck. So yeah. So where is exactly that side of life? It is straight up gone. That's where it is. So yeah. Some people are just born to have bad luck their whole life. What I originally actually set up the content creation for from my channel to be was speed art and artwork in general. That didn't work out at all. So I settled with gaming. But guess what? That had an endpoint that it just said straight up in my face, fuck you, to me. That is what life has been telling me most of my life. And it's a real agony to be living through. So those who can say that I've been having a good life or something else is both right and wrong at the same time, depending on which side of my life you're looking at. If it's my personal or my shared life. That is the main key factor to which side you're looking at. But if you're looking to both, then it's one right and one wrong. Then you're just neutral there again. Nothing to do with it. But I appreciate that you find it interesting. But my life apparently isn't worth a dime to the luck. But I'm gonna tell as much. My ex girlfriend, but this is a long time ago though. When I was still with her, I almost got my head crushed by a lamp footing. Believe it or not, a steel-footed, a steel bottom foot table lamp thrown at speed of 25 kilometers per hour, aiming for her brother, and she was one that threw it. You too, mate. And that bottom part of that lamp almost hit my back head and made almost made a crater in my yeah skull. But I'm glad that that throw literally missed my head by an inch. And I mean an inch. I literally took and sized up the size between where my head was lined up and where it hit. And scariest part, The steel footing broke on impact on hardened wood. I have been dealing with metal as such, but I've never seen wood destroy steel, and I was surprised enough to actually gaze, standing with a gaping mouth of shock. I was so surprised you can't even tell how surprised I really was at that time. And at that point, I found out wood could destroy metal. Not really though, Nico. Pain in my mouth, my mind wandering off in the thought of quitting YouTube and Twitch, and gave a 1 year duration before removing the whole feature from existing in my background. That like I never were a content creator, cause that's how life has treated me on YouTube for the most time. But thanks to all my friends, especially Nico, Siggy, John Henry, and third one, those I mentioned. Thanks to those, I managed to keep up, keep trying, even though I was on the last sliver of hope of my own free will. But now I'm starting to feel that I'm reaching the breaking point for the whole line. And that is nothing that is fun. Being at the breaking point for quite some time has made me realize, is it worth continue when you are failing brutally as a content creator, not even racing in the numbers anymore? Is there a point in continuing? That is the conclusion I ended up in. And just like a week ago, my mind settled at 75% of my own subconscious came in and said, rather quit YouTube than keep on tormenting myself. And 25% of my subconscious says, no, keep trying, stay strong, you will make it at the end. Like my own words, cause I normally say, keep trying, you will get where you are going as the target is set for your mind to be. Welcome. It's been a long time. Whooper. Or Vatpa, like it's actually pronounced with the at icon in between. But quitting YouTube is not easy. You have the last few steps before you do it. That I'm currently doing right now. I'm just summing up the story I've had so far as a content creator for the next people in line to actually share it further on before it's been removed for good. And I've seen that in action, and it's the best strategy you can do for others around. And I can't blame those who actually done it as well. Just ghosted away. I can't remember who you actually were before you changed your name, but since You are a moderator in my chat. I'm unsure. Not for the time being, tormenting myself with a big crater from a phantom pained tooth that is quite literally pulsating in my mouth and causing more pain the more I speak. And trying to get into the mind. For those who do not know what a streamer and a content creator has to go through to a regular basis when they are sick, or worse. And the worst part is, if they are worse, like a critical pointed worse, that can bite their ass real hard and send them straight to the ER. And I might even be sent to the dentist ER at some point if I do this too much, over pushing myself with a major pain in my mouth. You should see the point that struggling is not a valid point. Ah, right. Get you good. You're good at changing your names on YouTube and Discord. But this is real. Reality cannot be broken down into pieces. Reality breaks itself down. But I'm still really trying to reconsider and trying to. Wait a minute. Yeah, you should be lucky that you can actually start fresh because I cannot. I've gone too far out in the video creating that deleting everything I have and starting fresh will cost quite literally everything I have of time and space. And it will mean that I need to delete and destroy the whole channel itself just to do a fresh start. That was not a skirt. That was a Scottish national suit part. Like, it's not a skirt because saying that to a Scottish man, you're literally gonna just ask for death basically at that point. That was a kite. Quite literally as well. A kit. It says dress. Yeah, but it's either starting fresh by deleting the whole channel itself, or to keep on trying harder and harder than everything else. Well, everybody makes their mistakes. But guess who makes the biggest mistakes sometimes? Streamers, because there's a lot of risk that is needed to be avoided. Like for example, nipples. If a nipples shows, you're literally just fucked. you're being banned for so long or permanently banned. That is a high risk, high chance, or a high game of chance to do. And I'm more like a tank top kind of weird person. I, c- I personally can't deal without any tank tops in my life. I need to have it sometimes due to hot days, warm days, like those days that are hot is a pain. And I'm also training muscle at my own regular basis, but now I cannot be strengthening my neck muscles because of the crater I got in my mouth. It is still getting worse and worse and worse over time as the faster I speak. Because here's the thing about the big crater I got in my mouth. Remember it. And here's the thing I'm gonna be sharing about my own personal experience and hell itself. Since 10th grade in my school, I've been dealing with a hellish pain for my own back. My lower back has been killing me for a long period of time. I came from the dentist today. I did rip out the tooth today at the dentist, so no worries. But it takes up to 2 to 3 days before my bleeding periods to stop at full process from being a big ass wound. But since this is a possibility, will be the last thing I actually do. Yeah, a flat and ugly wisdom tooth, but it was huge. It was larger than the previous one I just had it removed a month ago, and that actually terrified me a bit. Yeah, but I think about actually going to meet myself for a little bit and go get a popsicle to freeze down the pain because it's starting to become unbearable as normal. It's pretty normal for me to have that kind of pains at a regular basis because after I had the accident on my back, and all of my friends actually know this, I had like a little fucking bastard in my neck that actually made me auto turn with a high speed velocity and damaged my back even more than it was at standard. I held a pallet and got like a tiny muscle pinch. And the worst part of it is only way I can fully permanently heal my back is that I need to travel to the out out of the country and have to either to an Asian continent where they have acupuncturistic kind of mas chiropractical masseuse. Kind of hard to just pull them out of my own mouth, just like when you need them all three in the same sentence. It's like that mindfuck you're gonna experience. Yeah, I'm on the new location. Or one of the new locations. But I know it will help. I have eaten through quite literally 2 packs of them, of 20 packs of popsicles in matter of just two, like a week, and I was surviving half of that week just on the popsicles, and that was not actually fun either. But now I can feel that I need to take a break with my mouth. Because now it's getting unbearable. I appreciate the support. I might message you after the stream if you're available at that point. But here's the thing, I'm actually just gonna say straight out now. Thank you all who have stood here for me and kept the numbers up and tried to help me out as much as you can. In case this is the last thing you hear or see on my channel. And I have really appreciated all the support I've gotten from the viewers I've had up the years, the viewer increase, and furthermore, I'm really glad I had such a stable audience at the end. But everything has to come to an end. And for those who do not like my content, go bother somebody else. If you don't like the content that you see, just bother someone else that is not a content creator. And mark those words because those are vital. Those are important to burn in your mind, share it to others, and let them know that toxic people are not welcomed in the content creators world. They are just disrespecting the content creators, and furthermore, what is the point? Yeah, the ones that are annoying, pissing off people, I can't stand them. They have just been quite the arse. I'm actually gonna turn off my face cam and mute myself, raise the volume of the audio of the game and music, and become a mute for the rest of the game. The, for the rest, for the last 20 minutes basically. And I'm gonna give you the proper thanks and outro here and now, so I don't have to do it afterwards. Those who just came and watched and heard my words. Since there is just 20 minutes left for me to stream, I'm glad you all came along, took time to listen, and the support. I appreciate everything that you have given or thrown to me, as long as it hasn't been negative. But thank you everybody for joining.